Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. My name is Casey and I'm a UX designer at a tech company here in Seattle.
My name is Yezi. I'm a content designer at another tech company here in Seattle. We've been doing some coffee chats with some students who are trying to break into the UX industry but don't know where to start. In today's video, we are sharing our stories of how we became a UX designer and a content designer in the tech industry. We know that the job market today is very different from when we first got into the industry, but we still want to share our own stories and give back to the community. So let's get started.
So when I was a freshman in college, I didn't really know what to major in. I was open-minded and I was just exploring different classes like computer science, econ, math. I took a bunch of CS classes and definitely saw it as interesting and intellectually stimulating. But I didn't see it as a thing that I would be able to do on a daily basis. In the meantime, a friend of mine at the time strongly recommended me to take an intro classes called Intro to Human-Centered Design and Engineering. I didn't really know anything about it, but I took it anyway. It covered old school Nelson Norman stuff, taught us how to do user research, and introduced basic concepts of user experience. Everything was small group based and we had so much fun. It ended up being an aha moment for me. It's something that I really wanted to do. Then I pursued one of the majors that offer HCI related classes and got into that major. I took all the classes that were relevant to UX, from information architecture to mobile app design to front-end development. The senior year, we also had to do a 20-week capstone project that simulate a real-world cross-functional collaboration situation and build an MVP mobile app from scratch. When the COVID hit, many companies canceled their internship and new grad programs, including the ones that I was interviewing for. So that was such an unexpected turn, and I figured that grad school might make sense. So I stayed at UW and studied digital media. One thing I love about that program is that classes were all either in the evenings or over the weekends, which means that I had a lot of time during the day. I ended up doing 3 different UX internships during that time, and these internship projects, plus the undergrad capstone project that I mentioned before, altogether gave me enough portfolio pieces, and they laddered up to my first full-time UX position after grad school. So the capstone project was one of the graduation requirements for my undergrad program. Unlike other programs that might ask you to do a thesis, the capstone project was a hands-on group project, and 4 students formed a small team and we each took different roles. So I was the only UX designer on the team and I was working with 3 other software engineers. And we collectively also served as the product manager role. It was an end-to-end project, from developing the business idea to doing user research to doing project management, all the way to designing and developing the actual app. And we also pitched our product to a group of panels. The project was so important to my job hunting in many ways. First, it was an end-to-end project with real cross-functional collaboration. And also, we had a workable MVP, not just a clickable prototype. It was the primary project that I used when I applied for internships, and even when I was applying for a full-time job, I was still using that project too. And then later on, each of my UX internships had their own projects that I can use in my portfolio. Obviously, those internship projects were real projects that had real impact and real problem. My point is, building portfolio pieces is absolutely critical for early career job hunting. Whether they are internship projects, school projects, passion projects, doesn't matter. You will really want them to be as end-to-end as possible, and ideally these portfolio pieces need to solve for a real customer problem and demonstrate your ability to collaborate with other people. So yeah, that was my journey in a nutshell.
As an anxious and confused 18-year-old going into college at that time, I didn't know what to study. So completely out of interest, I did double majors in communications and international studies. But in junior year, I still didn't have any idea what I wanted to pursue for my career. And Casey and a few friends around us were all very into UX design or human-computer interactions. So at that time, I was so fascinated by the idea of placing human needs at the center. So I started to self-study UX with online resources and did an informatics minor, which was Casey's major. Then I slowly discovered the discipline of content design or UX writing. I've had always been interested in writing and design. I wrote lots of research papers for my social science majors, so writing was kind of my favorite way to organize and express my thoughts. But later I found out UX writing is nothing like academic writing. And when I was a kid, I learned drawing, and my childhood dream was actually to become a fashion designer.
Ooh, fancy.
So I guess I've always been carrying this designer dream in my heart. So when I learned about content design and UX writing, I thought, okay, maybe this can be a career path for me. So I pivoted my focus in my graduate program, diving deeper into content strategy and UX. And fun fact, both Casey and I graduated into COVID. And because of the lockdown situation and crappy job market at that time, we both decided to pursue master's degrees right after undergrad. Even before I entered my graduate program, I started building passion projects in my free time, attended hackathons, and volunteered with a nonprofit to help them redesign their website and content. With these project experiences, I landed a summer internship with a mid-sized fintech company, and later that year, I got a full-time offer as an entry-level content designer at my current company.
We all know that getting the foot into UX is the most challenging part. And you mentioned that you took baby steps like hackathon, volunteer projects. I'm curious, how did they lead to your first ever internship program?
Yeah, like you said, indeed, they were baby steps. And I didn't have any formal UX or HCI education when I first started building up my portfolio. So I tried very hard to create content design projects on my own. At the beginning of COVID, I attended a UX hackathon organized by a UW student group. We were given the prompt, and we had 2 days to solve this problem with design and content. And 2 days actually went by really fast, and we were only able to scratch the surface. But in the following month, I turned that project into an end-to-end content design effort, from building user personas to creating voice and tone guidelines, from shaping the content narrative to writing the actual product copy. And that hackathon turned passion project was my first ever portfolio piece and helped me land my content design internship later that year. When I started my graduate program, I volunteered in the COVID consultancy initiative, supporting a local nonprofit with their website redesign. I applied everything I learned about UX and content design at that time to that project. I interviewed stakeholders to know about their audiences, created a website information architecture. I even did a tree test and card sorting study using a free research tool on my own. After understanding the user needs and mental models, I designed the page interactions, layouts, and website content. The organization is still using the website I designed today, and I feel really proud that I got to support this lovely nonprofit while gaining hands-on learning experiences in content design.
Nice.
Looking back, I really appreciate myself taking these baby steps to create the foundation of my portfolio. So if you struggle to start building a UX portfolio, I hope these examples can serve as inspirations.
So this is an oversimplification version of our stories, but you can probably see a pattern, that a portfolio is the most crucial thing in job hunting. If you enjoyed today's video and want to learn more about UX, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support means the world to us. In the future, we'll make more videos about UX since we both work in this industry, and we're brainstorming a lot of exciting topics that we want to share with you. So stay tuned and see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.